Thank you for joining us on Living It Up, Making Life Juicy. I'm here with Sharon Kachel, and she is a master and just creates such beautiful, beautiful energy in everything that she does. And as you can see, we're surrounded by her singing bowls. And Sharon, what is the name of your facility?
This is called Attuned with Spirit. I try to enhance everything with sound healing and meditation.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, please.
Take a deep breath in. Exhale strongly. Imagine you're breathing in white light. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. One more time. And with your exhale, feel all your density falling into the floor. And then bring your crown a little bit higher, making your spine a little bit straighter, and then settle back into your sit bones. Bring your focus to the center of your forehead. We center the mind and welcome a peaceful state of consciousness. New thoughts of wisdom are given. The path to new beginnings is brightly lit. Breathe deeply. Now fill your heart. Send it love. Wisdom here. We are love. Our higher potential is faithful in bringing us to new heights. We share our wisdom and create love expanded. Breathe deeply. Focus on your feet. The earth nurtures us always. Feel the energy moving up your feet and out your head. You are a fountain of blessings. Breathe deeply. Now feel your aura. It's like a nurturing womb. Surrounds us and fills us with peace. Breathe in peace, for fear does not exist here. Breathe out peace and share in the breath of life. It's just a snippet. I do these for an hour, 4 times a week, And it's very powerful. I use a lot more stuff, but I didn't want you to not be able to hear me.
Right.
When I'm doing it, I do a lot of affirmations for the specific chakra and during that, playing that bowl for that chakra. And it really submerges into the subconscious and it makes you really mentally stable to go forward because it submerges it into the subconscious.
So you have a bowl for each chakra.
Yeah, oh yeah, I have 8 bowls. So one's just for the pineal. I have a lot for the pineal gland. And I have 8 bowls that are metal and 8 bowls that are crystal. So I play them in between because you get the crystal where it's really strong and dense, like you just kind of are engulfed in it. And then
That's so true.
I know. And then I take the metal and it's like, oh, that's better. I can breathe. It's lighter.
Yeah.
And then I'll just kind of bring it in waves like that. And it's really, really soothing and settling. Very cleansing.
Very.
Yeah.
And you do all that for an hour?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I have people choose like a stone. There's stones in there.
I know, I don't want to get in the way, but I can't really see them. I'm sorry.
But there's like a box that you can either pick from by looking or you can just sort of pick and see what you get. And then I have a book on the affirmation that comes with that stone and I'll tell you what it's for, what chakra it attunes and all of that. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And then you have these.
These are for the third eye and the second chakra. So it's like, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? It's really helped.
Right.
So I use that and kind of get it like so that they're like right here with people. I go around and it's like right here. And so you kind of have the binaural beat where you have the 2 different sounds going on and then it creates a different sound in the head. So it's really therapeutic.
Wow.
I know. And I have the tuning forks that I'll do that with too, that aren't loud. And it really feels like you just go right center and into that space of meditation without effort.
Yeah.
So try to get people grounded and in that space right away when they come in, because sometimes you've left a lot behind.
Well, that's what my next question was. My thought was, so how do people come in?
They come in and they sign in and put a donation.
Well, no, I meant like in their head.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, because people have all different things that they're going through. Everyone's in a different place at a different time, but everyone needs it.
Yeah.
I find more.
And then how do they leave?
They're like, there's one woman was like, I don't want to go. It's like, well, I have to pack up my stuff. You can stay and talk if you want.
She probably didn't even want to talk. She probably just wanted to like chill.
Yeah,
And
well,
get the vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so powerful.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what else do you offer? Wait, first of all, what you just did, you have that recorded, right? Or
Oh yeah, I have a
people can-
CD and that can be downloaded on my website.
Okay.
And that's attunedwithspirit.com.
Attuned.
Attunedwithspirit.com.
Good. Good. Yeah, because that's really beautiful.
Yeah, there's a guided meditation for one song, and then there's ocean in the background, and then there's just this, and it's layered like 3 times, so that it really, I mean, you're just so calm, and you can just play that in the background, and it just kind of disappears, but you still feel better.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of a nice thing like that. And then there's like a natural setting where there's Native American drum and flute played by Eric, and then there's another song where there's cello being played by Sam, and so it gives you like 2 different flavors to
Okay.
add to the music.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I'm going to say next time because Sharon's been on the show a couple times now. I think this is your 3rd.
I think so.
Yeah. So we'll get Eric. We'll bother Eric and get him on this.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
If he's, if you guys are up to it.
Yeah.
And then so what else do you offer besides this?
So I do angelic Reiki attunements, which is one of my favorite things to do. I do
Angelic.
Yeah,
Talk about the angels.
Okay, yeah, I'm best friends with the archangels. They literally are my best friends. Like I just call them one by one if I need them, because they all have a specific task. I know who I need to call when there's something that comes up. So I literally work with them for everything that I do, and just for my personal life too. So when I do angelic Reiki attunements, it's done through meditation and through, they're actually attuning you. They're putting it into your body, and I'm just facilitating it. It's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I really love it.
Wow. So just for like the lay person, how would we go about and how would we begin? Like calling in Archangel Michael or you know?
He's at everyone's beck and call. That's the thing. They really are. People don't realize how open to communicate they are, and they can help you be able to know that they're communicating with you too. If some people see feathers, or it's big on numbers, like, oh, it's 333.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I get that all the time, or 666, or 999.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the divisions of pi, right?
Yeah. Right.
And then when did you first start realizing or getting attuned with the angels?
When I first started awakening, well, the first thing that I saw in a vision was my grandfather the night that he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
My dad told me he had passed, and then I went back to sleep, and he came to me, and he's dressed like Fred Astaire. He had like a tux and a cane and a top hat, and he's dancing. It was the coolest thing.
That's
My
awesome.
first vision. But I didn't really see the angels until sometime after that. I didn't realize that I was beginning an awakening.
Right.
I started spiritually searching at that point, but I wasn't really sure what I was finding. I went through a lot of different transitions during that time, yeah. So I think when I first started seeing the angels a lot, I was with, I was starting to meditate all the time, and I was with a group of people that were kind of in a weird space mentally. They were energetically arguing with one another, and it was a very interesting dynamic that I sort of fell into.
Okay.
And I ended up leaving the group, but because of that, I would call on them all the time because I was scared. And I learned how to clear people. Like, I would put everybody.
Call on the angels.
Yeah, I would call on the
Right.
angels all the time. I would put people in gold and then put white light into them. And I didn't realize I could do that but then I saw myself doing it. Like, my soul would sort of show me, this is what we do. And then I would do it. And I kept doing that, and I realized these people are not getting it, I'm leaving. And so
Right.
I just left. It's
Right.
hard to
Then
leave
you're like
groups.
giving into this vacuum.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. Yeah. So that's what started my awakening, and then I was talking to them all the time because I knew I had access. That's how I knew.
Interesting.
Yep. Yeah. It was quite an interesting awakening.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to so then you did the angelic Reiki.
Yeah.
Right. That's where we left off. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that I was asking. I wanted to know. Then you go in. You do yoga.
We do yoga with the sound healing. Yeah, we do Thai yoga massage with the sound healing.
What's that?
Well, my
Thai
friend
yoga.
Brian brings his mat, and he does Thai yoga massage, which is like acupuncture pressure points.
Okay.
It can be yoga stretches where you're just really laying there, and he helps, move you or attune you in a way where you feel a lot better. Thai yoga massage is a various different modality. It depends on what people need. People that are yogis will need stretching along with it, but people that are just sore or have an issue, he used pressure points and Reiki. And I attuned him all 4 levels of the angelic Reiki.
Oh wow! Oh,
So
that's awesome.
we're powerful together. Our energies mesh,
Uh-huh.
and the angels come with that. Yeah, it's cool. People that can see can tell. They can tell me that they see the angels working on people while they're here. So it's really cool. I love that kind of confirmation.
Yeah. Well, so stay tuned. We might see that.
Yeah, if you see, you probably will. Yeah.
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 And then so then what else do you do? Like over on the table, we did you saw on the pan that we did first. That there's a table over there.
Yeah, I do private sessions where I start with, we talk a little bit first to kind of get an idea of what's going on, and then put them on the table and surround them with crystals. And I have this crystal, which is really just meant to hold around crystal, but I use this to put on the crown when I start at the crown, and put the tuning fork on top of that, and it radiates differently through the body, so it combines.
What is that?
It's labradorite.
Oh,
So it will combine
okay.
labradorite, which is for all the chakras. It's clearing, it's healing, it's really good for emotional issues too. It combines all of that, and I do all the chakras with that, and then I do a different tuning fork with that same thing on all the limbs, you know, the hands too and the feet. So they get in this wonderful state of bliss where they're radiating from head to toe, and then I do the Reiki, and then I go through the whole body and see, you know, if I get any messages or if anything needs to go. Like sometimes I'll see a black mass and that'll go. And sometimes I'll get a message. Like I had a woman who was having a baby, and I got like this, it's building kind of message. I saw it in the energy.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, and then I'll do like a little sound healing meditation afterwards, and followed by the gong.
Right.
So everything washes away, and they feel really clean. I like to describe it as like I feel like a golden goblet when I'm done, like just open and fresh and good.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to feel like that?
It's amazing. It's really what happens after the session. People leave, they're like, wow, I feel so good. It's great.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Just a little bit of time. It just takes an hour to do it.
Yeah.
And then it's so worthwhile. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you also offer delights, I'll just call them, because there's so many over there. And you make your own fragrance, essential oils, and what did you call that one that you had me smell?
It's just the one I have, and it's a chakra balancing blend. It clears like sage, but it smells much better, and you don't have to have smoke. Although I do like sage, as you know.
Right. I smelled it walking up the stairs.
But I put it on all the chairs when everybody leaves. I put it on the table, and I cleanse even this stuff. I'll put it on like the little dust thing and just cleanse everything with it. So it's very cleansing and it's very lifting. There's also sandalwood and frankincense and myrrh in it, so it's really wonderful.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to get some of that before I leave.
Oh.
After my purchase. So, and then what did we leave anything out? You offer so much.
I do, yeah, the yoga, the Thai yoga massage. I'm doing just the meditations 4 times a week with the sound healing. What else am I doing?
And that's
breath work. I do
breath work.
breath work, and that can be done with yoga, or it can just be done as a workshop where we go through ancient Egyptian phrases and we're breathing with them. And then there's energy that's conducted from that. It's really powerful. And then there's usually a discussion that comes, because in between doing the breath work and then energy work, we'll meditate for like 3 minutes and see if anything comes up. Usually it does, not always. Like during the yoga, it didn't, which I thought was interesting, you know, the first time I did that. But when I do it in a group and we're just doing that without the yoga, something typically comes up, and then we can work through that with them. I'm also an interfaith minister, so I can help people through these kind of counseling things.
Interesting. And then you're associated with a church that you had.
Yes, Circle of Miracles is where I became an interfaith minister.
Okay.
Yeah, and they gave me all the tools that I needed. When I actually ended up leaving. I was a born-again Christian. I left the church.
Okay.
Because I felt like it was not in the same space that I was in. I didn't feel like anybody was exempt from the love of God, and I didn't want to tell anybody that they were, because that just didn't work for me anymore.
Right.
You know, it was an interesting thing. When I had my daughter, I kind of realized a lot of stuff. I had this awakening in a different way. It was in my mental body where, you know what, I don't believe in this anymore, and I don't think that's possible. And how could I be better than God, right? So it really created a very big, strong knowing in my inner wisdom. It just came forth, and it helped me in so many ways to become what I am. But I didn't have the tools, and I didn't want to just forsake everything that I had learned. I thought there had to be something that would come with me, and it did. Like, I still have Jesus comes with me during healings at times. When I first was doing a clearing with like this black mass that I told you about, I hadn't learned how to clear that yet. I didn't know what to do with it. I saw it, I'm like, well, that's got to go, and I'm like, what do I do with it? And I look next to me, and it's Jesus, and he's like, I'll take it. So
that's
thank
cool.
God, right? but like, I'm not in a state of fear about these things. I just move forward with them, knowing that they have me. And so that's part of my roots that I bring forward, that I know that I'm kept safe and I'm loved, and like every detail of my life is taken into account. And it's not to be in any kind of judgment. It's to like create this wonderful, joyous life. I love my life so much I don't even know what to say. I mean,
that's so fantastic.
Balancing is impossible. I'll say that.
People search their whole lives to have that.
Yeah,
you know?
But basically my search for what do I believe and what do I do with that is what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, so let's do a little bit more of this.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think, I'm just going to scoot up. Keep going. Great.
So now if you don't hear me, it's okay. It'll submerge into the subconscious. But I want to do the root chakra to give you an example at least.
Okay. Is this the Egyptian?
No, this I could do that later if you want.
hear that. Yeah,
Okay. So this is the root chakra affirmations. I am grounded, centered, clarity, and safe. I trust more and more. I fear less and less. I love being in my body. I am at peace with the natural world in which I live. I'm able to let go of fear. I feel deeply rooted. I'm open to possibilities. I have what I need. I trust myself. I love my life. I make the best choices. I'm grateful for my ability to learn, thrive, and grow. I'm connected to the flow of the earth. I'm home. That's the most important one. You need to be grounded, and you need to feel safe and be able to let go of fear. And I think that the one book that I learned from in ministry school was Love is Letting Go of Fear. I think that is the thing that sustains my mental body more and more, because if I'm feeling fearful, I can say to myself, what am I afraid of? And then I can take that deeper, and then so I can get to a point where I can either have an understanding or I can actually feel love and compassion, because it's a sad thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Any which way, it gets you out of that state of fear and into a more neutral, loving space.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's why I do this, and I try to do it as often as possible, because I feel like everybody needs this. I do it every day, and I feel like I need it every day.
That is incredible.
Thanks.
And then just tell us about the Egyptian one. Where did you find that? And how do you pronounce it all?
I know. A friend of mine.
Like, who would know?
A friend of mine passed that down to me, who has Egyptian roots. So I was so thrilled to find this, and so I started using it right away and combining it with different things. And do you want me to grab it out?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. God, even your jewelry, touching one of the bowls makes a beautiful sound.
So I can tell you what it means. I want to bring this out. Good, here it is. And I have different positions that we can do with it. Like for us, we could just do one and hold our hands like this. It's an because you would think that you would always have to be like this to give energy work, but if you do this, it's an interesting thing how you'll feel like face me a little bit so that we can be like this. Okay? So we'll just do I put on my glasses. Yeah. Nice. So we'll do
strong.
We'll do alright, so Ta Mu Nefu Set means earth, water, air, and fire. So let's do that one. Ta Mu Nefu Set. Ta Mu Nefu Set. Okay, so we're gonna inhale as we do it. So take a pause each syllable, like. So you're literally inhaling the words. Got it?
Okay.
All right, and then you exhale.
Okay.
We'll do it 9 times.
Okay.
Ready?
All right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, one more. Now don't you feel like you had a glass of wine? It's so calming,
Yeah.
so soothing. And do
That's
you feel the energy?
nice.
It's so expanding.
Yeah.
The energy.
And my
Now-
palms were heating up.
Yeah,
too.
you
Yeah.
can feel the energy and it expands between us because we're doing the breath work at the same time.
Uh-huh.
It expands even bigger. So you can do like any kind of yoga pose and do that too.
Uh-huh.
And you won't be able, like if you're doing a stretch, you won't be able to maybe go to the full extent because you'll need the wiggle room for doing the breath.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you do that, you're really grounding yourself, and all this energy you're feeling here comes here. And you can feel it, it's distinct.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so fun. I have so many fun toys.
You really do. Wow. Wow. So let's wrap up this section and
Okay.
then move over to the table.
All right.
Okay.